Hey everyone. So I know it's been, a week since I last did my blog, and the last thing I was talking about is or trying to at least get into the voice acting class, and I was really frustrated. I wasn't sure exactly what to do, and basically my future in that was being challenged. And I know one of the things I did is I went ahead and bought the first book, Voice Acting, The Art of, and I wasn't really sure what the heck I was going to do because, again, it was packed like crazy. So I thought about it, I talked with some of my friends, and I went ahead and messaged her. I told her, that this class is really important to me. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to try my hardest to get into this class. And just that I had such a great time in my previous class, the one she taught in the summer, the traffic reporting, and just a couple other things. I said, well, if I don't get in, thanks for everything. I mean, that's all I really could say. And then I guess maybe 20 minutes after I log off, of course, from Facebook, she messages me back and just tells me, come out Thursday and we'll talk after. Yeah, so I don't know. I had a bad feeling, so I went there anyway because I was going to go regardless. I finished the homework because there was assignments turned in. And so I sit through class, take notes, listen to everything she had to say, and then at the end of the class I see some people starting to leave and some people making a line towards her, and she's giving them numbers. I'm like, wait, numbers? That's what I need to get in. So I send the line as well. There's only like 3 or 4 people, and they're almost gone anyway. And then she looks at me and goes, I booked her, and she gives me a number so I can finally be added into the class. You don't know how much of a good feeling that was to just finally get in, to finally take the right step into the direction I really need to go. The first step into the path of where I want to go. So I finally ordered this book because it's another one of the requirements, voiceover legal, because technically I am kind of running my own business, so to speak. But yeah, very relieved. And now, even though I am relieved, I have to worry about the homework assignments, which we actually do usually in the class. Last Thursday is when, or I should say recently, a couple of days ago, is when I had to do an assignment. I only had one day to do it. And I had to do 30 seconds about myself. What's interesting? And she says that usually you have to do this on the fly, but she's letting us write our own script so we know or we'll have an idea of what to say. And it's something that makes us interesting, something we find interesting about ourselves, stuff like that, but not do a bio. Meaning, I grew up here, I went to this school, I have an AA, I have a BA in this. She doesn't want that. Something that makes you really stand out. So I did 30 seconds on the, 30 seconds on the Hunger Games thing I did with the Pink Crusader, which I thought was really awesome. I guess a lot of people found it interesting that I grew out my beard entirely, just let it all come out. So, yeah, and it went pretty well. I was very nervous, but it went pretty well. And so, who knows what happens this Tuesday, but very relieved, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a very good feeling about this semester. It's going to be challenging for me, because I'm very shy, and I like to hold back and not really break out of being a softie, so to speak. But we'll see. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the Dark Knight Rises, a review of it, which I thought was actually just... I thought the movie was okay. It was good, but not incredibly awesome. First thing was, the main problem for me was Bane. To me, when I first heard him starting to talk, I thought he sounded like the Count from Sesame Street. Really? Ah! The children! Ah! Really? That's what he sounded like entirely to me. Plus, he had the stupid little mask on, and I noticed that his jaw never moved. I mean, really, this part was never moving when he was talking. Plus there was no facial expressions. You would think someone who gets angry angry would just kind of, lower his eyebrows or do something for expressions, but nothing. Very odd. One of the second things is the title, Dark Knight Rises. Well, if you think about it, he rose twice. One, he retired, which I find that's completely retarded and ridiculous, because Batman never retires. That's the whole thing. It never gets better. He is always constantly needed. So he goes back, and he appears when Bane took over the stock exchange. He rose, didn't he? And then later on, of course, Bane breaks his back. And he's out for the count again for, 3 months? And then he rises again, so he rose twice. Great. And another part that I had trouble with was, well, I don't get what's up with like superheroes and third movies and old people revealing secrets about them that they should have revealed like right there and then. So they kind of copied Spider-Man 3. Sir, I was with him when he died. He died by his own, devices or by his own hand. That's great. And then Alfred does the same thing to him. Really? Come on. You can think of something better. It just seemed like they were just repeating, and it didn't work for me. Not in that sense. Let's see. Moving on. Another problem was, well, one thing that my friend pointed out, because I saw the movie with him, is Batman's back gets broken. I mean, the bone's sticking out. That's why he points out. The guy who's trying to fix him, and he puts it back in. Well, you know that a person who gets his back broken and the bone's sticking out, their chances of walking are incredibly slim, let alone healing that quickly. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it's not like you broke a finger. You broke something that connects the lower part of your body. Someone put it back in, and all of a sudden, within 3 months' time, you're doing push-ups, working out, really causing more strain on your back, constantly falling off and being just pulled or hanging by the rope. It doesn't make any sense to me. So let's see. So Batman retired at the beginning, right? But he was trained by the best people supposedly in the world, and as he retired, he's able to get pickpocketed by Catwoman. She's not the best fighter in the world. You'd think he would notice little things like that, like, oh, his car keys getting pickpocketed. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, yeah, he retired, but still, you should have those reflexes. If everyone's seen Batman Beyond, the cartoon, the 3 seasons, the whole entire series, Bruce Wayne never, well, yeah, he kind of retires, but he still maintains his sharpness. Obviously not so much physically, even though he is pretty strong. He has a heart condition, but no, he still knows when something's up. This guy doesn't even figure out when he's being pickpocketed. What, twice, was it? It just seemed a little odd. One of the other things was, at the end of the movie, the bat that he's flying, right? And, of course, they said the autopilot's broken when it's actually not. I don't know why Bruce Wayne kept emphasizing, or Batman kept saying, oh no, I never fixed the autopilot. Why would you purposely tell that to Mr. Fox? That doesn't make any sense to me. So he flies off into the ocean. You see the big explosion. Now, don't get me wrong, that's an atomic explosion, right? It's nuclear. And anytime a nuclear explosion happens, you can't go near it for quite a while because of the half-life of the radiation. We're talking probably a few hundred, maybe thousands of years. Yeah. So at the end, when they brought the copter back, those guys weren't wearing suits. Lucius Fox wanted the whole thing looked over. He wasn't wearing any radiation suit either. Shouldn't they have been exposed to that radiation from the explosion? It's not like you can just wash it off. No. And least of all, how can you check when the autopilot was repaired from something that was caught at the point-blank blast of atomic explosion? That's fascinating. Usually when there are bombs that take place, you have an EMP type thing that happens. They explained this in Ocean's 11, the remake, or the more recent one. My sister bought it, but yeah, they explained that the EMP, just based off of them, I assume this is correct anyway, when a bomb goes off, just a normal type of bomb, like, nuclear and all the other big ones, well, it unleashes the EMP, and that wipes everything out. But usually there's the destruction that goes along with it, so it doesn't really matter. But EMP knocks out all the circuitry, so it doesn't work. So if anything survives the blast, it won't work. So if an explosion took place and that the bat was caught, and they're trying to check out who the last person repaired it, how would they be able to? Everything's fried. The circuitry. Let alone even if it survived. Anyway, moving on. Robin, really? That's the guy's name? You have 3 people to choose from. Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and I can't remember the last guy's name for some reason. I always have trouble remembering the last guy. But you have 3 people to choose from. You could have chosen any one of them and it would have worked out fine. You don't have to put it out there so easily. People are smart. You don't really have to take their intelligence. You don't have to think everyone's an idiot if they don't read comic books. People know. Yeah. I was really expecting it for him to just be called, something Grayson, Richard, or something like that, just to throw it off a little bit. Dick Grayson still would have worked. I would have been happy with that. But calling him Robin, that doesn't work for me. No, it doesn't. Although it leaves it open for another movie. Sure, he's done with the Batman series, but now you have a Nightwing or a Robin type series that can continue. And supposedly they're going to do a Justice League 2015 movie, which means there might be a new Batman, of course Superman from the Man of Steel. Hopefully that's a good movie. Hopefully it does well. Wonder Woman, they're all going to do that one huge movie, and then from there they're going to branch it off into all these other one-shot movies to see if they can do well on their own. Not sure how it's going to work out, but Josh Whedon is not part of it. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of the Dark Knight Rises. It was good. It's just the Dark Knight was a lot better. Joker really brought everything to life. He made everything work. Oh, right, the last thing about Dark Knight Rises. The plot was good, but it seemed like it was way too big. I get it. Gotham's always in jeopardy. Sure, that works. But when you include the outside world into that, there's a problem. The President of the United States, you have the Marines, Army, someone keeping all the Gotham people inside. That's not necessary. Gotham does not exist. That's the funniest thing about DC. None of these locations are real. Period. Marvel, they're real. Marvel, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Fantastic Four, they're all New York City. That's fine. But with Gotham City, just leave it at that. Yeah, the world's in peril, blah, blah, blah. Don't actually show people from the outside world there to keep Gotham City lonesome. We already know no one can leave Gotham City. Just don't show it. Because it doesn't work. It's like Spider-Man and bringing in the Marines to take on Spider-Man. It ruins it. It ruins that little bubble you have. You can't bring a lot of reality into that movie, so to speak. It doesn't work that way. Like The Matrix. The Matrix itself, they don't explore all the different locations. You don't think, wow, where's that location? Where's that? No, really. No, you don't think that at all. But if you start bringing all those things in, being the president in the Matrix, you're like, that doesn't really work. Imagine if Neo had to fight the army and the Marines. That doesn't work. It destroys it, doesn't it? So in this case, yeah, they should have just left it as Gotham City. Yes, presence, concerned, and all those things, but let Batman deal with it. Don't bring any outside sources that aren't included in the comics. So that's another thing that just kind of ruined it for me. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's going to be it. That's my Dark Knight review, or Dark Knight Rises review. Let's see, anything else to talk about? Let's see. You know what? Not that I can really think of. I did go and see Premium Rush. I do recommend that. That's a pretty good movie. I'm looking forward to seeing this one scary movie. I think I saw a trailer a couple of times. I'm not sure if you guys have. But it's called The House at the End of the Street. That looks pretty good. Pretty scary. So we'll see. I heard The Possessed wasn't really that good, apparently. I kind of wanted to see that, but no, not so much. I haven't looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes or Wikipedia to see what everyone else thought, but I think I'll avoid it. And Paranormal Activity 4, not really looking so scary. I don't know what direction they're trying to go in, but it's not working for me. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and just type it on YouTube. There's plenty of those trailers being uploaded, so yeah, check it out. Wow, 16 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, I guess that's going to do it for now. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. Take care.